we should start. Um, Tanvi, what happened? You're supposed to start the live. Where are you distracted?
I actually was watching this reel and it was like so motivating. So I was kind of getting pepped up for the live today.
A reel. Are you serious? That really helped
Yeah,
you.
it's just not me, right? Come on. I mean, everybody gets those videos, those motivationally peppy, you got this videos, right?
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah. I mean, every day I keep saving so many of these motivational reels and pub them, videos, and then I never go back to them. Like right now, only I was watching a reel which had this, transition, very cool one, where the guy was doing gym, and then it was written that the next chapter is, and the guy moves, and it was written in bold, the comeback. And I was like, अब तो मेरा comeback होके रहेगा, while I was happily lying on my bed and scrolling through Instagram. I literally had the motivation, but the motivation was something else. It did not turn into action. And guys, that's what's the topic we have today. So yeah, Tanvi, I want to ask you, the reels that you have watched and saved it on your Instagram or on your watch again on YouTube, how many times you have gone back and watched them again?
That's a brilliant point, Uzma. I suddenly had this realization that we do get pumped up watching these reels, and it'll be like, yeah, very nice. I want to be like that, or I want to, have muscles, as you just pointed out, a gym reel. But what really happens after? We watch around 15 more reels and shut Instagram, probably go to sleep or get back to work. But what after that? I mean, we might have half or one fourth of the intention set that I want to be like that, or I want to set this goal, but what next? There's nothing. There's just intention is incomplete there. There's nothing after that. And the next day we go back to the same loop. Open Instagram, see as the algorithm is set, we see another gym reel, another, and then, yeah, incomplete.
So I'll tell you, good point, Tadvi. I'll tell you how it has affected me. Okay. So for me, art is a hobby, right? And my problem is Pinterest. So before Pinterest, I used to get the feeling that I want to do some art. I pick up a pen, I pick up a paper and a pencil, and I would do it, right? Here comes Pinterest, and I was really excited. Oh, so many ideas and so much of information, and oh my goodness, I'm going to become the world's best artist. Or if nothing, at least I'll be regular. 1 year, believe me, 1 year, all I did was create the boards and pin everything, and anything like that. After some time, I realized what's happening. When I realized that I have not picked up a pencil, what I realized is just the act of going through and just the act of seeing someone else draw, it fulfilled my need to draw. And I was not left with the feeling that I didn't feel that it satisfied the craving to draw, just seeing somebody draw. And I didn't pick up a pencil. So, yeah, that's how.
So you mean to say that these reels are more like a dopamine snack and not like a complete nutritional meal that we should have?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Very good
absolutely.
metaphor.
Anurag, what about you?
I'm just thinking why we do all this. I mean, have you ever given it a thought? We see the reel, we promise to ourselves that we will do it, but why don't we actually do it? And one thing I realized is we don't actually give it enough time. Think about it. The reel you saw, Uzma, which you were talking about, how much seconds, I'm not even talking minutes, right? Forget hours. How many seconds did you give after that reel to actually create an action point out of it? Actually
Nothing, because
think.
after that a sad reel came. So then I became sad.
Here is the thing. Here is the thing. If you would have paused scrolling for literally 7 seconds and thought, actually, I can use it in this way or that way, tomorrow, next hour, whatever it was, you are more likely to get better results, better action. Pinning is by default saying, as Charul was mentioning, pinning is by default saying, you know what, I think I want to do it, but I will decide about it later on. So, when are you going to actually decide? And that 7 seconds pause, 5 seconds actually it is said, but let's say 7 seconds pause gives you the opportunity to decide, make the decision, and then you are more likely to take action. And that is what creates habits. Habits are created by those 5 second, 7 second decisions taken again and again and again and again. And your brain goes, I like it. That's
Yeah.
my view.
You know,
That's true.
yeah,
But
please
so
tell.
the thing is, I would like to also talk about the algorithm and now how the algorithm works, right? And because what you just said, Anurag, is that if you see the same thing again and again and again, and that's how habits are formed. But social media, first of all, the ones that are most commonly seen are shorts, right? Those 5 second, 3 second. Not, I mean, I know that there are other aspects of social media as well, like podcasts and YouTube videos and other things. But the ones that I think are causing a little bit of damage, in our minds without us realizing, are the shorts, the quick ones, the ones that give the dopamine hit. So that's the thing when you talk about creating habits and seeing the same thing over and over again. But the thing is that the algorithm is not necessarily going to give you the same thing over and over and again, right? So how is the habit going to get created? By just watching reels. So that is what comes to my mind when I think about it. And
Yeah.
anybody else wants to?
When you said this thing about the algorithm and the short term attention span, Charul, what comes to my mind is the term instant gratification. Now that is something which is so much getting deeply impregnated in today's generation, and all of us, because we're watching people becoming millionaires, people, young kids, through influencing, become earning so much money. So everything has become very, we want quick results. Instant 2 minutes ramen are made, and it's all about instant gratification. But when it comes to building your mindset, when it comes to creating that um, personality with an aura, that comes with a lot of consistent habits, a lot of discipline, actions that has to be taken for long reading, working on yourself, understanding your patterns, breaking all your own limiting beliefs, so many things. So it requires a lot of work, and that work is not seen perhaps for 6 months, for a year also, and then suddenly the change happens. Now this social media therapy that people are getting these days is all about that instant gratification which is there, which I feel is kind of becoming a stumbling block in truly changing your life and making it better. Tanvi, what do you feel about it?
Too many thoughts. I think if I
You have
talk
to,
about,
sorry, Tanvi, you have to scroll through all those thoughts so that you can focus on one
yeah,
particular
I'm
thought.
trying to. Um, if I jump towards coaching, and asking, like as Uzma just said, that you need to work hard on yourself, you need to focus, you need to dive more deeper. I think there are two reasons as to why there's like resistance towards that. One, as Uzma just pointed out, instant gratification. मुझे थोड़ा सा इससे खुशी मिल जाएगी इस रील से, तो हो गया बस, अब I don't need anything. And second is my personal experience. So as we were talking about the algorithm as well, कि एक reel देख ली तो second will come, third will come, everything will be related. I fell prey to that. My algorithm set to childhood trauma and the reasons behind it. And because I'm an elder daughter, so all the reels are, if I saw something day before yesterday. So the bigger your reaction is to a problem or a situation, the earlier you felt pain in your childhood. So, um, these things make sense to me naturally. It's scientific, it's psychological, right? And I keep looking more and more, and then there's stuff like more elder daughter related experiences, right? So what happens is, oh, okay, so these are the reasons of my trauma. Okay, I have understood, I have self diagnosed myself. I have understood the problem. I don't need to do anything more, right? And I think these are some resistances that stop you from going to coaching, or just the fact that digging deeper as to what is the root cause of my problem, or why am I going through this. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Anurag.
Uh, uh, which point do you want me to talk about? Childhood trauma, instant gratification, or how algorithms actually justify and solidify the belief you hold somewhere?
Your wish.
Okay, so
Scroll through it.
let's focus on instant gratification, because that is one of the key reasons why we scroll through. And I will actually touch the childhood trauma piece as well. There is this problem in society where we believe that if the kid is crying, parents are doing a bad job. But the reality is, when under society pressure for a small kid, you start immediately giving gratification to a crying baby. What is it learning? Now, go back 3 generations when they used to have 7, 8, 9 kids. No parent has time, had time rather, no parent had time to give instant gratification to any one of the child crying for it. As we came closer, and rightly so, and reduced the number of babies, that whole affection in parents, which they actually received or didn't receive, call it trauma, either way, they give to their limited number of kids, 3, 4, then it came down to 2, and now it has come to 1. So, what's happening? These kids now are getting instant gratification. That is exactly what they are expecting from the society now. And these reels are doing exactly the same thing. They are giving instant gratification, that dopamine hit, which the kid or the baby has been getting from day one. Now, you touched about the Instagram influencers. Here is the reality behind most of these Instagram influencers. I was reading an article yesterday, and it said across the globe, they did it in, I think, 24 or 25 countries, something like that, and about 10,000 Instagram influencers. What they found was that average earning for an influencer is $17,000 per year. That is average earning $17,000 per year. But how many of them actually admit that? And this is the best part. They won't admit it, but they will say, I've got a formula, I've got a framework that will definitely make you successful. Look, this is what my clients got as results. Hold on.
Make
If your
your income
clients,
in six figures, coach.
yeah, your clients got that result. And if the average is 17,000, what does that actually mean? You're not actually making as much money as your client. And that is the irony of it. But we get, hey, you know what? I am feeling good. I don't care. And that is why we move on to the next thing. That is
Agree.
my thought. And I can continue on it, you know me.
So, I do feel that like we all started with this agenda of calling out how these reels and all do give us that instant motivation, but it cannot be, you know, converted into action. So for that, something more is needed. But I also want to bring in some positive part of this part of social media as well, because I feel that, as you said, Tanvi, that you got to understand and diagnose about a few patterns of yours, or you could understand, okay, this is what might be, could be the reason the way I am, or my personality is this way. Now, these things, of course, there is a dark side or a wrong side to it, that people start self diagnosing and they would not then go for professional help of any kinds. If it's coach or therapist, they become self therapist. I agree. And I hate watching those reels where they say, no, that therapy is so expensive, so I am doing this instead. I think that's
Oh,
something I
nowadays
totally
it
condemn.
is I'm going to AI.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
Oh,
even
going
yeah.
to
myself.
True,
say.
true. Yes, definitely.
Can you show your t-shirt to the audience?
Sorry.
Can you show Anurag your t-shirt to the audience? Then I'll continue with my point. AI won't save us. We can't see it on Instagram, but it's okay. We'll put a selfie of yours in the story. AI won't save. That's good. Cool. So what I was saying was, yes, this is the part where everybody is using these terms, especially the young kids. Oh, I got so traumatized, my trauma, and this and that, such heavy words. However, I do feel it has to an extent uh, set an awareness also, because how much were we talking about mental health, how much were we talking about things like knowing all these patterns, or things that started looking at our parents in a way that they're also not, not somebody perfect or godlike, they're also human beings, and forgiving them if they committed some mistakes while bringing us up or nurturing us, because they are human beings. So I think all these things have also come through these content only, watching these things. So there is conversations around taking professional help, conversations around making yourself better, conversations around understanding your patterns, that's happening through all the content that we are watching online. Yes, but then there has to be something that has to be taken as the next step. Self awareness is the most powerful thing. But then I had a client, I remember I often use her example in my trainings also, where I said she did all the things, she took therapy, she took coaching, and one day I told her, you have ample awareness, you know your patterns, you know all your technical terms. She was herself like, she did her graduation in psychology. But I said, wait, where is the action? Now it's time to take the action. So that is kind of missing. What do you guys feel about that, Tanvi?
Yeah, that's true. I think, as I was saying before, the intention is incomplete, right? Um, and I think that's where we come in as coaches. We can help our clients, help you guys to kind of complete that and make the intention a little more detailed. And as I say, I think I say this in every live, and you, so that you can hear your own intention out loud. We usually, Instagram reels, or so for that, social media reels are filled with 100 questions. But usually we as coaches ask like one very big question that kind of makes you dig deep, and you kind of ask yourself, it's something that stays with you, at least for a week, I would say. And that kind of gets you more clarity, helps you complete that intention. Okay, I want to be like that guy, I want muscles, so I'll start going to the gym tomorrow from 5 p.m., something like that. I guess that's when we come in. What do you guys think?
So, one thing that I wanted to say was what you said, Uzma, right? That yes, there is a definite advantage to all these reels that are being made, all this information that is being put out, because people have started at least realizing that there is a problem. Okay, that's the good thing. But I think where coaching can help is it doesn't keep you in the problem state of mind. First of all, it moves you to the solution frame of mind. Okay, you've diagnosed yourself, you realize that there is something, but then what? Right? So coaching moves you from there and say, okay, fine, that is one thing. Another thing that came to my mind is, what if the diagnosis is wrong? Because sometimes you see a reel and you feel that, yeah, this could be the reason behind why I'm feeling like that, or that could be the reason. What if neither of them are? So it's just that when you go to a coach, so many times it's happened that people come to us with their view of what the problem is. But the minute we start probing it and start saying, okay, tell us what's behind it, that's when they realize that, oh, where we started with what we thought was the problem is not the problem at all. It's absolutely
Yeah,
something else. And then
absolutely.
the diagnosis or of the issue, or then the correct solution can be thought of. So from both these aspects, I just feel that you know that coaching can really help, and this is
Agree.
something that just people need to be aware.
Anurag, your thoughts?
He's scrolling.
Yeah, I'm scrolling. Literally, I'm scrolling. I mean, oh, okay, so many things. Yes, coaching can help, and self coaching can help as well. The challenge everybody faces, and it was me till about 2, 3 years ago. The challenge is we believe that we have all the answers and we know how to reach those answers. And these reels kind of say, yeah, you have the answer and you can do it. All of that is true. Let me state that. All of that is true. Here is the problem. Nobody has taught us how to actually take action, which is worthwhile taking. Because action, if you need to go to, let's say, for shopping, and you are not even going to take action of wearing the shoes, so what's the point? Right? You have to start by wearing shoes first, or even before that, get dressed up. Right? So knowing what to do, when to do, is one of the key skills which has not been taught to us. Other problem is one of the communication masters, I will say. He said that the challenge we face is we try to reach 100%. So let's say we like Mr. X, who is you know who I'm talking about, who is a billionaire. We want to be Mr. X, but we forget to become Mr. X. He went through at least 10 years of pain, 10 years of
Yeah.
taking action, and we just want to be
Yeah.
Mr. X. Forget 10 years of action. We don't even want to take 1 second of action, but we want to be Mr. X. How is that sensical? And these reels basically tell you in 1 week you will be Mr. X. Come on. If your reel is going to make me Mr. X in 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, why the hell are you here? Why are you still creating these reels? And then selling it for XYZ price. Here is the thing. I know there are, and please don't take offense to it. There are some genuine people who actually want to do good for a society, who actually want others to benefit from it. They are not sitting there creating reels ads for you to buy something from them. They are just giving you content, showing you how to do it, and then saying you are on your own. Because what worked for me may not work for you unless you make it your own. You are not
Agree.
identical copy of me. And that's the problem. We want to be identical copy of Mr. X or that influencer without taking into action all the into consideration all the actions they have taken over years, weeks, and months. I know I went on a slight tangent, but that's where coaches bring it forward and help you identify the actions required, become more realistic. And rather than telling you go become Mr. X, they will say, your neighbor who is 10 times better than you in taking action, first become that, then think about becoming X. That is where coaches help.
True. True that. In fact, Anurag, that's the beauty of coaching, because the very first thing which we were told when we started our journey of becoming a coach was this only, that uh, everyone is unique. and everyone has a very different experience and very different learning. From my experience, I can give you advice, but it does not like it won't hold true in your life, because we both may have experienced the same situation, but your perspective or your tolerance towards the situation would be absolutely different from what I would have, experienced and felt in
Absolutely.
the same thing. So yeah, that's true, and I really like this point that you said, that people often see it as like 10 years of overnight success. So people only see that overnight success, and they don't understand that how much of hustling and hard work goes into it. So I feel like this entire reels and all that we watch, and videos that we watch of motivation, and even if we talk about a long format content, if you say, Charul, like watching a good podcast and getting motivated, that's all good. But if it is not getting converted into action, then nothing is gonna work. Like, I'll take my own example. I have a confession to make here, guys. Like, this account of mine, which is the professional, that's like something I'm obligated to, so I am consistently creating content for it. But my other account, which is my personal one, I have been thinking for like years to do something on it, and that was the first account. I had so many dreams to make this and that and that, and I keep watching people, they've reached, and I'm like, the way this person is sharing humor, I can do it better than that, and all these inner talks keep happening, but I have not taken action. Today I took action. I like made some ideas, but what's the point? I keep scrolling, I keep getting motivated, and that's it, then I sleep. So I
Yeah.
feel there that accountability, probably an external motivation, intrinsic motivation is very powerful, but let's be honest, it's not always working. We need a push, we need a thrust. And for this push and thrust, there is something that we all, the members of Acute, would like to share. I think, Charul, if you would like to tell a little bit about
Hold on, hold
this.
on, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
No,
whoa, 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 whoa. Before we go there. Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Actually, I had a point also to make
Okay.
about what we were talking about.
okay, you
So
make the
after
point.
you, Anurag,
No, no, you make the point because
take
I
it.
wanted to say
Hmm.
something.
It's something interesting. I know I was talking about it with Tanvi earlier. It's about dependency, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of ties into what you said, Uzma, is that yes, there is a lot of good material online in form of social media, reels, long format, and things like that. When it becomes a danger is when you start becoming dependent on it to feel better, right?
Yeah.
The dopamine hit, you depend. So it's like that, right? When you feel like, okay, I'm not feeling good, let me pick up my phone, go through, I'm feeling good, and get on with it. That's dependency, right? You're not changing from inside, you're not shifting. But the same thing, if you were to go to a coach, right? A coach's entire effort is to make you independent. You have to be able to get yourself to that high by yourself, by shifting whatever is wrong inside. So for me, this word of dependency, that is where people who are getting aware, who, I mean, that's the awareness that I would like to create in people, is be aware. Are you too dependent on it to feel good? And then see how coaching might help you. So that was the point that I wanted to make.
That's actually a brilliant point, Charul, I must say. Yes, Anurag.
Okay, so I don't want anybody to come to us for coaching, uh, plain and simple. Because you guys are already addicted to one thing. I don't want you to get addicted to us, right? Uh, in full seriousness, before we go to what we were about to say, let's close this section in a way by giving one tip, each one of us. Uh, the tip we believe can help us get better results from this scrolling. I don't want you to change your scrolling habit. I want you to get better results. That's the intention with which we should
Yeah.
come up with a tip. And while you guys are thinking, let me give mine so that you have enough time, right? And also so that I don't have to think another tip. So I already touched this previously, earlier in the conversation, where I said give yourself a pause of 5 to 7 seconds and think about how you are going to use it, when you are going to use it. You can take it a step further. All you need to do is, even this tip which I'm giving here, or the other tips which will be given to you, think next time, or you just watched a reel, in which parts of your life will you be able to use it? Which one you can use in next 30 minutes, next 1 hour? Two things will happen. First, your brain will realize, your conscious and subconscious mind, as we call, both of them will realize this tip, this dopamine hit, behind that, the reason, the insight you got is very important. And it needs to save it, it needs to nurture it, it needs to build on it, because you have tried to apply it in multiple areas of your life. Other thing, by taking action, you will just validate that instruction. We are in AI era, so we give prompts to AI, right? So that action will give the prompt to your subconscious and your conscious mind that, hey, I am serious about it, so do it for future. That is my tip. Over to you guys.
You
I
covered
have a
all the
tip.
tips.
I know. I was going to say the
He's
same thing.
very,
You said one
very
tip, you
chalak.
gave four. No, I have one. I have one. So the difference between Instagram Reels versus YouTube Reels, I mean, that's what I've understood of the algorithm, is that um, I think YouTube gives you more of what you have already selected, right? And if that is the algorithm, try to focus on what is it that your mind is going to again and again and again. What kind of reels is going in? And then figure out from that what is the topic that I'm interested in, and why am I getting affected by it? What needs to change in me because of which I'm getting attracted to, whether it's a positive or a negative, it doesn't matter. But it's by subtly, by that um the kind of reels that are appealing to you, or the kind of content that's appealing to you, is kind of giving you an idea of where you might need to work on yourself or in your life.
Yeah.
That is my tip.
So understanding the why.
Yeah, basically, so whatever.
Why behind?
Yeah, so basically, what I understood, and Charul, that is a very good point, is that when you see a reel, there is always some trigger in you, and the same 5 second, 7 second pause, just identify that trigger, where it is actually asking you to look into, what actually the area or the belief or the shortcoming or whatever you want to call it is being brought forward. Even that realization will change what you do next, and that is a good one. Thanks, Charu. Over to other people.
Can
Yes,
I?
Usman.
Or Tanvi, you want to? I can.
Go ahead, go
All
ahead.
all right. So I want to take forward from your point, Anurag, that you said take a pause. Now I say, if you are actually watching Instagram reels and just scrolling, and suddenly you're waiting and dependent on one reel that has come and it is going to inspire you, you feel happy, and that's the end of the story. Collectively taking Anurag's and Charul's point, like the way social media influencers, what they do for them, they take out time to scroll. That's the part of their job, to create ideas, right? To know what is trending. So when they are scrolling, it's something productive that is coming out of it. Why don't you have a time, 30 minutes, where when you're scrolling, and as you said, you have understood this is the area my mind is going to, from the tip that Charul gave, and keep a notebook and a pen with you, no? When you have taken the pause and you have asked all these questions, write it down, because once you have written, that's when the action starts. is the very first simple action that you can take, which your brain is not going to think as a herculean task or give you resistance. That resistance is what does not let us get up from the bed. But if you have a diary and pen along with you and you just write, you start with the action, your vision is being made, you're technically writing your affirmation which can manifest. Anything can happen. And once that action starts, you have a clarity, you make your vision, and then things can roll out further to take more actions and to understand what you want. Then we.
Before that,
Uh,
sorry, you know I can't help myself. I do try, guys. I'm sorry. Uh, what Usma said about writing the things down as the thought comes, that is the first action. It is scientifically proven that changes a lot in a person, and there have been studies. I don't know, we will be discussing it, so I don't have any link or study reference to give you. But there have been scientific studies where they took various people who claimed that they can't remember their dreams when they wake up. One such person, and they said that when the dream is when you wake up, take your notebook and just write what comes to mind from the dream. You don't have to remember the whole dream. Just write whatever you remember. There was a car, fantastic, write it. There was a bird which flew and it was orange with tiger like claws. Fine, write that. Makes no difference. The point is, your subconscious then will make you remember it few hours later as well after you have practiced. And what they found in the study was more than 90% of so-called I can't remember dream people were remembering their whole dream in way more detail than they ever thought possible. So there is a scientific backing to what Uzma has suggested. So take it seriously. Sorry, Ten, over to you.
no issues. I am going to go on a different tangent. Okay, please don't get me wrong. I appreciate instant gratification. I like it. In fact, for that matter, I have set up a Pinterest widget on my phone. So whenever I open it, and I've created a board with aesthetic pictures, vibrant, like there's a blue table and yellow lemons on it. So vibrant pictures and motivational quotes. You got this. This is your comeback, and it's your time and stuff like that. So and it keep changes every few hours. So whenever I open my phone, there's a new quote or a new picture. So I definitely appreciate instant gratification. I feel good about myself. It's a reminder that I love myself. But how did I reach here? I reached here from coaching, because I went through a number of sessions. I don't know if you guys remember my aha moment reel. I talked about it, how I realized that I was resilient and I had done so much in my life. I had uncovered so much about myself, and suddenly it was like, oh my God. I've done so much. I love myself. I respect myself for whatever I've gone through. My superpower is adjusting. So coaching definitely made me reach where I am today, and kind of have this constant realization that yes, if I am looking at a reel that says you got this or you're going to reach their goal, I respect it enough and I appreciate it enough that yes, good. But at the same time, I don't let that go. There is a realization that yes, okay, this is a reminder, this reel is a reminder for me that I have to, I don't know, reach my goal and do a TED talk someday, stuff like that. So yeah, that's, if
Inshallah.
I mean, you can take that as a tip. I don't know.
I
See, here is
Yeah,
where
no, I do remember, Tanvi, that you got this was an anchor for you in one
Yeah.
of the coaching sessions. I know that, it's been an anchor. So she's used it the other way around. She has gone through coaching and created an anchor, and then you're using social media to maintain that level that you reach, that awareness about yourself. So that's amazing. That's brilliant.
See, one thing which Tanvi did not say, and there is another side to what Maybe Tanvi will have another aha moment now. Uh, have another aha moment now. Uh, uh, Basically, when we see those instant gratification quotes, that's how I'm going to refer them for now, or whatever comes up in your pinned what was it?
Pinterest.
Pinterest. Yes, sorry, thank you. I don't use
Yeah.
it, so in Pinterest, have you ever given it a thought? What or why this has come to you now? Chances are you could have missed it. You opened it, you could have just scrolled through, but you stopped. Something in you made you stop there. And if you just think, again, going back to the pause, if you just pause for those 5 seconds, you will realize why this message you are reading right now is important in this moment of time. And that will change the whole thing. Okay.
True.
And on that note, people who are already in the life, you stopped and you stumbled upon this life because there's a reason behind it, as Anurag said. And that reason we are going to reveal now. And because I asked Charul, so I would like to ask Charul only that there's a surprise. There's something cooking. So what's that? If you can share, Charul.
Yeah, so basically, it's about habit building, and we've come up with a program that's going to help you be more regular and repeat certain actions so that you can find success in whatever you do. Something that takes time, repeatability, um, and accountability. I'm going to let others speak more because there's so much.
So, understand, guys, we took this topic and it's very true. We get that dose of motivation when we look at other people, we look at some quotation, we look at some reel, and we feel, yes, we can do it. But maybe we are motivated enough to do that thing 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then what happens? It all fizzles out because our brain is designed in a way that it gives us resistance when we try to build a habit, when we are trying to do something new, because it loves not to use extra energy. It loves to be in its autopilot mode. So there, maybe something else can help. Maybe a buddy who checks on you or something like that. So yeah, we will not be revealing too much details of it right now. We are still working on it, and in case you guys want to be a part of that initial experiment of ours, do message either of the coaches or on the Qts account or on our LinkedIn. And if you have our numbers, you can WhatsApp us also, so that you can also be a part of that test pilot program that we are running right now. It's doing pretty well. So we'll reveal what this is in some while, maybe in a month or so. And that's really going to be a game changer for everybody who wants to really make themselves what they aspire to. We are going to be that hand holders for you to be a part of your journey and take you there where you have what you have aspired and dreamt to be. Tanvi.
Um, I don't want to reveal any more details, honestly. So, guys, a
You guys
big
are
surprise is
hoarders.
coming.
You guys are hoarders. My
Oh, come on.
precious. Okay, so
Yes,
so
my precious.
so I'll reveal. Okay, uh, in a magician way. So we have got few people going through. I think it is 75% of what we wanted to take in the initial trial one, which is going on. So we are at 75%. So 25% capacity is there. I'm not going to give you exact numbers, uh, but they are not in double digits. Let me put it that way, so that you understand. And based on it has been going on for roughly about week 10 days, and based on the initial ones, this is what we have noticed. People are not really aware of the issues. Actually, let me explain with example. I just a few minutes back said, don't try to be Mr. X. First, try to be your neighbor, right? Try to reach your neighbor's level. Now, this is what happens when you are trying to build a habit. On step one, first action, you will have one belief. Coach will help you get over it. On second one, you will have a different belief. Second action, coach will help you with that. And before you know it, it starts impacting other areas of life. One quick example which during this experimentation came up while trying to coach the habit client of mine. I realized what he is talking about is not directly related to what he believes it is. And by changing that slightly, he has already started seeing the changes in himself. And it has not been that long. So as a coach, we are trained to look for these underlying currents which are invisible to us. We don't sit there peeling one layer of an onion at a time. We know how to peel multiple layers to reach to the core of the issue. And that is why this program we brought is important and is making a difference. And we are getting pretty good reviews so far. Yes, there
Oh,
are others.
I want to give another thing, just like you. I want to give one feedback. What's happening here is my client one has started with one habit, but has been able to stack two more habits with it
Oh wow.
automatically.
Nice.
Lovely.
Because this person is so self motivated. So, I mean, I'm inspired, but needs just a little bit push for one. And he's so self motivated, he himself has stacked two, three along with it. So that's like, look at the power of this thing. I mean, somebody who really wants to make use of it can change
Listen,
their life. I'm telling you, you can change your life, turn your life around by this one program.
sometimes all you need, uh, and to an extent it has been true with me, all you need is somebody believing in you. And that is actually a leadership quality. The more you believe in your followers and they choose you, you don't choose them. A leader never chooses their followers. It is followers who choose the leader to follow and trust and believe in them, because they don't believe in themselves. And the leader becomes leader by believing on behalf of the person following them, till they become strong enough to believe in themselves. Think about it. A kid who is struggling to ride a bicycle, you believe in that kid, then only that kid learns the riding the bicycle. Otherwise, oh nahi nahi nahi, गिर जाएगा, छोड़ दे, and he will never ride the bike, right? So
Right.
you have to think about it in those terms.
Whoa, look at the time. It has just flown today. Oh,
Yes.
wow. Oh,
So guys,
wow. But that was a good point, Anurag. So sorry.
absolutely. So all I want to say, guys, is that it
I
is
will, I will,
something
I will tell
amazing.
something. I've been told to
No,
shut up.
no, no.
I've been
After
told
this.
to shut up in a private message. You are talking too much, and it happens every time with me. If you don't believe, I say I have a habit of talking too much on various things. It actually happened just now.
And you have told us very specifically, please stop me if I go on a tangent. So we did.
Yeah,
We
no,
did with your permission.
I know, I know, I know. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. We know,
So,
we know.
so guys, this concept that we are coming up with, it's very novel, but it's magical. As Charul said, the kind of results we are getting through our pilot batch and the experiments we are doing, we are getting happier and happier each day, and our belief in this thing is becoming stronger. And if you guys also want to be a part of it, you can connect with us, because after that, of course, then the commercials will skyrocket. But then yes, that's a different thing. But we'll soon tell you about what it is all, and we'll have a formal launch. So stay tuned, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Instagram. And yeah, we would like to wrap this live now. Bye bye.